Welcome back, everybody, to the Referral Partner Acquisition Show. I'm your host, Will Anagnost, here in the Referral Partner Acquisition Group. Hope you're all doing well today, and happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're all about to get ready to recharge your batteries, but there are a couple of important things that you must remember when returning back to work. So really quick, if you're new to the show, if you're new to this group, my name is Will Anagnost. I'm the founder at W Marketing Solutions. For the last 7 years, I've been helping loan officers grow their referral network. I've helped over 100 loan officers, definitely more at this time. And I can help you too, if that's what you need help with. Getting referral partners, using systems to save time, grow your outreach, increase your volume, and all that good stuff. And if you don't believe me, just ask any of our clients. They're posting in this group all their victory posts, all their wins. I'll be honest, actually, not all of them, because I mean, there's a lot of wins. It's hard to share everything, but when they have time, when they have a moment, and they do have a win, they do share it, and that does mean a lot to me. So hopefully you guys find value in that. And if you find value in today's episode, please let me know by slapping that like button or that love button. I would appreciate the love. I love you guys. I'm here to help you today. So what's really important, and this is the topic of today's episode, it's consistency. If I had a nickel for every time someone told me that consistency was the reason why they weren't closing at the potential they could in their business, I'd be a trillionaire. And forget the amount of times I've heard it. The amount of times it's actually been a real reason, probably the same amount, if not more. So the point I'm trying to make is you yourself are probably struggling in your business, and it probably comes down to consistency, consistent outreach, consistent follow-up, consistently providing value, and consistently staying top of mind. Okay? Those are the 4 categories I want to talk about. Now, I'm going to show you a graph today. I'm going to share my screen shortly and show you how to be consistent on autopilot when it comes to prospecting, which is the lifeblood of your business. Unfortunately, what a lot of loan officers do, and what you're probably doing if you're watching this, that's a really good thing. What the last thing you want to do is turn off your business today, tomorrow, the weekend, and then start back on Monday. Go on vacation, stop all procedures, and then come back on Monday. Because what happens is you come back on Monday and you're typically playing catch up. And let's pretend that Thanksgiving wasn't tomorrow. It could just be a holiday. You could be going on vacation and you don't want your outreach or your systems or whatever you're doing, your daily processes, you don't want that to stop, because what happens is when people take a vacation or when people get busy, they stop prospecting because they're too busy. They don't have time. They don't make time. And so when the market sucks and things are slow, they're rushing to figure out how to get business, how to get their next loan. And they're in that situation because they weren't consistent to begin with. So if you go on vacation, you come back and things are slow, it's because you didn't keep the train going when you were on vacation. So for example, just yesterday, one of our clients, Dennis, long-term client, now friend, he actually went on vacation recently, came back, and a realtor he spoke with before the vacation was nurtured while he was on vacation, but Dennis didn't actually do anything. And then when he came back from vacation, he got a lead immediately. So while he was sitting on the beach, I'm not really sure where he went, but let's assume he was sitting on the beach. While he was doing that, his realtors were getting valuable information from him and they were appreciating it. And then when he came back, they had a lead or a referral already ready to give to Dennis. So I love that. Dennis, if you're watching this, I appreciate you sharing it in the group. It's a great example of how important it is to be consistent. And so when you have systems that are consistent for you, you've now solved a huge overlying problem that a lot of you guys face. A lot of you guys tell me, I just need more business. I just need more loans. When the reality is, if I gave you more loans and you closed them, next year you'll have the exact same problem because you don't have consistency. Consistency is what's going to win in your business. If you're trying to go from 2 loans to 4 loans, it's probably consistency that's holding you back. Consistent outreach, consistent follow-up, consistent providing value, and consistently staying top of mind. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you a graph of a way that we are helping our clients be consistent in their business. Because once you're consistent, once you have your systems in place to do that for you, you never have to worry about, oh, am I calling enough people? Am I messaging enough people? Am I following up enough? You are, if you have your systems in place that let you be consistent. And one of my clients told me this once. He said, and this is after he implemented our services, he told me, I love this. I have a system that I can rely on. When I'm hiring people, they get sick, there's emotions, they don't show up, they do a bad job. I love the fact that I can just set the system the way I want it to work, and then it never gets sick. And I know it's kind of scary with the whole AI boom, but the reality is you want to work smart, not work hard. You don't want to burn out and then leave the industry. So to avoid all those bad things, you need consistency. And so if you're only closing 2 loans a month, but you want to be closing 5 loans a month, it's probably the lack of consistency that you're doing. So if you're making, for example, 10 calls a day and you're not consistent about it because sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 4, but you say it's 10, like you tell yourself it's 10, but really it's 5. Sometimes it's not every day. It's when you feel like it. There's a big gap between what you're doing and what you should be doing. Whether it's 10 calls or 25 calls or 25 emails or 50 emails or 20 door knocks, 10 hands that you shake, 20 hands that you shake, you get my point. So what's important is that you set that goal. I'm going to shake 20 hands today. I'm going to send 10 emails today. I'm going to message 20 new people today. Set that goal and then freaking show up. Do it. And the reality is, you're not going to do it. You're going to get sick. You're going to get tired. You're not going to really know what you're doing. You're going to get discouraged, which is why you need to set up systems and follow a proven process so that that's not a problem. So that all you need to do every day is respond to inquiries and take loan applications. So let me show you the way our clients are doing that. So this is smart outreach. This is how our clients are being consistent. All those victory posts that you're seeing in the group, this is what's happening in behind the scenes for them. So to be successful in this business, what I've learned is that you need to grow a referral network of realtor partners, financial advisor partners, referral partners, because referrals are the best type of lead. They close faster. They already trust you. They're not going to stab you in the back, at least at the lowest percentage. And it's just overall a better experience. And you enjoy your business. You enjoy what you're doing. It's fun. It's fun helping people get into their home. What's not fun is when people go to another lender because they don't trust you. What's not fun is when people don't call you back because they don't trust you. That's what a lead is. You want a referral. And referrals are going to come from referral partners. Obviously, they can come from past clients, but referral partners is like your well of business, your source. And so in order to put yourself in that situation, you need to consistently connect and meet potential referral partners, which means, I know this is not going to sound fun, but it means you're going to have to network consistently. And I mean every single day. 20 years ago, the only option you had is to get into your car, get into traffic, buy a gift basket, go to a realty office, and introduce yourself. But if I ever learned anything from working with loan officers the last 7 years, most of you guys absolutely hate doing that. One, because you just don't like it. Or two, you do like it, but it's not getting you anywhere and you don't like that because you need to make money in this business. You need to provide for yourself and your family, and you need to feel fulfilled. So in order for that to happen, you need to consistently network. But let's be honest, you're probably not. Maybe 1 out of 100 people who are watching this will go out there and shake 20 hands per day for 6 years straight, really build that network and be a top producer. But the most of you are not going to do that. And that's fine because I'm not going to do that either. It's 2025. I'm going to use a system to do these manual tasks for me in a way where it's organic, it's from me, it's genuine, but I'm using systems to do it for me. Our clients are using systems to do it for them. And as long as your approach, and this is very important, as long as your approach is done properly, because if your approach sucks, if your marketing sucks, then it's not going to work. You're going to be spammy, you're going to be scammy, no one's going to like you. Bad things will happen. But if your approach is mutually beneficial and it's done properly, and we've already figured out a proven process for that, so that's something that our clients, pay us for. But you on your end, you're going to have to figure out your own process. And once you figure out that process, you're going to want to build a system around it. And instead of you having to do outreach every day, let's say on social media, because that's where people's attention are, not the office, it's going to be really tiring, especially if you're not doing it right. So this is a graph of smart outreach that does the work for you, just like as if you were doing it for yourself, except You're not. You're working smart. Now, if someone understands that you're using a system, then you've messed up somewhere. If someone smells the fact that you're using a system to do your outreach, then you've messed up. But that's not the point. That's not what we're trying to do here. If you set up a system and your approach is done where they truly understand it's coming from you, it is you, and they want to talk to you because of your approach, the best part about this is that you have done all this work, or at least in their eyes, you've done all this work to connect with them, but you really didn't do anything. You were probably sleeping. You were probably working with a client. You were probably closing a loan. You were probably at a closing. So let me walk you through this diagram. We use LinkedIn as our main platform. This applies to Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, but LinkedIn is a serious business-oriented platform where we've seen the most results. So basically, we've set up a system where first it invites them to connect. And if they connect within 30 days, it goes this way. And if their email is verified, they'll get a outreach message that if your approach is done right, introduces yourself, provides mutual beneficial value, and ends with a call to action. If your messages don't have those three elements, you're already going to get a bad result. So that first message will go out here, and only if they connect will they go this way. And that means they've opened the virtual door for you to say hi. And so this is you saying hi. And if they don't respond within 2 days or an hour in this case, then they'll get the next outreach message and the next and the next and the next. And you're probably thinking, isn't that a lot? No, you need to be doing this on your own. Imagine it's 20 years ago and you have to call 20 people and you were calling back the people who didn't pick up the first time. This is the exact same thing, except this is the method that they prefer. A realtor would much rather you and your face and your bio and your videos and whatever, they'd much rather have that talk to them than a random number and a random voice over the phone. Any day. Ask anyone, they're going to prefer it. And as long as your approach is done correctly, they're probably going to want to talk to you because they get to see your face, your name, your business. And as long as that's geared in a way that's attractive, in a way where it's a irresistible offer, they're going to want to talk to you, as opposed to, I don't know what you look like. I don't know you besides your voice. This is a cold call. I don't like it. This way, it's a warm approach because they've opened the door. So instead of you having to follow up, because you're going to forget. I've worked with over 100 people and they, not all, but most of you guys just forget. You can't do it. You get busy, you have families, you have kids, you get sick, you get tired, you don't know how, so you just don't do it at all. You don't do it. So the only solution, well, is to do it, but unless you're like a few people, probably not. So that means you need to have a system. Otherwise, you're going to always have the consistency problem. I'm sorry, but I'm here to help you, and that's the truth. So it looks like this. And then if they don't respond, it just moves to email because we've verified their email. However, if their email is not verified, it will just stick to LinkedIn, and that's fine. Now, on the other end, if they don't connect with you within 30 days, and that's okay as well, then we're going to contact them on the second best platform, which is an email outreach, because everyone checks their email. So first, it verifies their business email address or their email in general. And then depending on the condition, it'll send them emails into InMails or directly to InMails as well. Whether InMails are turned on or off, I'll make a whole nother video on and off and InMails and what that is. But basically, if you're using smart outreach like we are, we're putting hundreds of people up at the top into this funnel, and it's getting our client's message in front of the people that they want on the channel that they're going to see it on. So this is a tri-channel approach. Either they're going to get a message from you on LinkedIn, either they're going to get it on email or through InMail. But the point is they get it. Whether it's LinkedIn or email or InMail or text message, it doesn't matter how they get it. The point is they get it. And as long as your approach is done right, they're going to be interested in talking to you. Again, if your approach is done right. So imagine you targeting hundreds of, let's say, real estate agents in your local area, putting them into this sequence, and then all you have to do is sit back and wait for them to respond. The people who don't want to chat with you will not. But what you're going to be left with is only interested individuals who are. So that means you have to sit back, do nothing, and wait for people who also want to chat with you to ask you to have an appointment. And then all of your time and energy are only going to those people, which means you're not talking to people who don't want to talk to you. You're not hearing not interested. You're not hearing I have an existing lender. All of that negative stuff you've removed from your life because you've set up a system that only leaves you with people who are interested and also has an approach where you're either going to connect with them on one platform, a second, or a third, depending on what's best for them. And so the best part is if they don't check LinkedIn, they're going to check email. If they don't check their email, they'll check LinkedIn. If they don't check LinkedIn, then that's what in-mails are for. So it goes directly to their inbox at the top and they get an email notification as well. And even if you don't use the LinkedIn platform, everyone gets notifications through email. So your message is going to get to them. So whatever your opinion is, I don't care. I know this works. It's been working for 7 years. So that's enough said. But when it comes to the topic of today's episode, consistency, imagine if you had a system that did this for you. Every single day on autopilot, it's organic, it's genuine, it's coming from you. You're just using a system to make it smart. So you could manually do all this stuff. But why would you when you could set up a system that does it for you? It still looks manual, but you had a system do it for you. You'll increase your volume and outreach. That means you'll increase the amount of follow-up opportunities, which means you'll increase the amount of opportunities of people wanting to work with you. And the best part about this approach is that only people who are interested are going to be the ones who are responding back. If they're not interested, if they're happy with their lenders, if they don't like you, whatever the reason is, they're not going to open this first door. So anyone over here is probably interested in chatting with you, or at least was interested in who you are because they like the way you positioned yourself online. So once you have a system doing everything for you, all of a sudden, if you're sleeping, if you're on vacation, if you're at Thanksgiving dinner, your systems are keeping you consistent day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. And you'll never have to worry about where your next referral is going to come from, because it's either going to come from your current referral partners or your future referral partners that your system is prospecting for you. And that's why our clients are doing so well. And that's why they post their victory posts in our group. So I hope you guys found today's episode valuable. This is a huge reminder to be consistent in your business, whether it's manual consistency, which is how I started my business, manual consistency, or leveraging systems that do that stuff for you so that you don't have to do it yourself or not do it at all, which is even worse. Okay? If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you're interested in working with us, please go to our website, wamarketingsolutions.com, and you can schedule a call through the Contact Us tab. Guys, be consistent. I hope that over Thanksgiving, maybe not on Thanksgiving, but I hope over the weekend of Thanksgiving, if you do have systems like this set up, don't turn them off. Or if you have the opportunity and the time to set these things up, set them up so that for the rest of your career, you don't have to worry about consistency. Because if you're not closing at the rate that you want, it's not because the market, it's not because it's because of, most likely, it could be, everyone's different, but check your consistency. Are you shaking 10, 20, 15 hands a day? Whatever your number, it could be 5. Let's take 5 at a low number. Let's say you're a rookie LO and 5 is your max. You want to send 5 messages, 5 emails, 5 phone calls a day. Hit those numbers for 6 months straight. And if it's still not working, then you're going to need a system or you're going to need to do more. But at least do that for 6 months straight. If you don't do that for 6 months straight, then you don't know what you can do on your own. And that means saving your marketing budget. Because if you don't need to work with us, you shouldn't. But if you can do this manually and be consistent on your own, like I was, do it. But most of you guys have families and kids and other things going on, or you just simply don't want to and value your time. So if you value your time, please reach out to me. I'm here to help you guys. I'll be available tomorrow, even on Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next episode. I hope you guys found it valuable. Please slap that like button, and I'll see you guys next week in the Referral Partner Acquisition Group on the Referral Partner Acquisition Show. Thanks. I love you guys, and happy Thanksgiving.